Right, so welcome back to another video on this channel. The championship playoffs are taking place today, and yeah, I'm recording this video right now. Starting this video after Brentford have beaten Bournemouth by 3-1, 3-2 on aggregate to get themselves into Wembley for the championship playoff final next Saturday. And overall, really happy for Brentford, if I'm honest. I think they really deserved it. I thought they were the better team for the full 90 minutes, even though Bournemouth took the lead through some absolutely shambolic defending from Brentford. I mean, I don't know what they were doing, having all 10 outfield players pretty much camped outside the penalty area, in the penalty area for the corner, giving Danjuma a free run on goal. Obviously Danjuma slots it away like the good player he is, but overall Brentford, I think it turned on the penalty decision and the red card from Chris Mepham, but I think Brentford really did deserve it. I thought they showed a lot of fight, especially after Ivan Toney slotted away that penalty in absolute fashion. I thought Brentford deserved it. I thought they fought, they were really good, played some great football and scored some great goals and just cut through Bournemouth like a knife through butter for most of the game as well. So Brentford on their way to Wembley, and yeah, we're going to talk about this game, and then later on as well I'm going to have a second part to this video where I talk about Swansea and Barnsley, which is I think kicking off at 6:30. I could be wrong in that. So as I said, I thought it was actually a really good game. I mean, one of the best games we've seen in any league this season so far. I thought it was end to end. There was drama, there was tenacity, there was just, obviously the red card from Mepham, there was grittiness as well. I think there was a lot of sparks flying everywhere in terms of Begovic and Toney, those kind of players as well. And obviously, as I said, I think it was terrible defending from Brentford for the Bournemouth goal that Danjuma did slot away. And when that happened, I was thinking, oh yeah, it's just Brentford's mentality, because of course in recent years, especially after last season's playoff final, we do know that Brentford have this bit of a stigma with them that they tend to bottle things, especially in the championship playoffs. But I think fair play to them, they really got back into the game. In terms of the penalty, I think there was a lot of controversy over it in terms of the fact that, whether it was a penalty or not. Obviously, in my opinion, I think it's a bit soft, but I do think that Brentford should have had a penalty, besides that anyway, after that penalty. So I think it kind of narrows it out itself and kind of, evens it out a bit, because I think because of the fact that they got the penalty, I think they should have had a penalty later on in the game as well. So I think, as I said, it kind of evens it out. But nevertheless, really good penalty from Ivan Toney, just cool as a cucumber, cool as you like from Ivan Toney, who is going to be an absolute baller in the Premier League next season, whether he gets promoted with Brentford or not. I think a team will be stupid not to pick him up next season. Then the second goal from Janelt, or actually no, first of all I'll go on to the red card from Mepham, because yeah, obviously, clear red card. He clearly just rugby tackles, I think it was Mbeumo, down to the ground, and Mbeumo was absolutely unbelievable. He ran his socks off, especially considering the fact he had something to make up for that miss he missed in the first half and the last 10 minutes of the first leg. It was absolutely unbelievable, Mbeumo's performance. He ran his socks off, was really dangerous, was absolutely causing havoc for those Bournemouth defenders for the whole 90 minutes. So yeah, he deserved it more than anyone, and yeah, I think the game really changed in Brentford's favour, especially in terms of the fans as well. The fans for Brentford were absolutely brilliant, and yeah, were really the dictating factor in the game overall, because I don't think that Brentford, and I saw Pontus Jansson and even Ivan Toney as well admit it after the game, that Brentford might not have won that game, and probably wouldn't have won that game if it wasn't for the influence and the overall crowd, the noise from the crowd overall. So yeah, fair play to the Brentford fans. Yeah, a Janelt's goal, a really poxy goal in the end. I mean, it just flies into the top corner off a deflection off, I think, Jefferson Lerma, and then yeah, the third goal as well, Marcus Fors, which did win the game. A really good move down the left hand side and a really instinctive finish from Marcus Fors. And yeah, as I keep saying in this video, I think Brentford did massively deserve it. I think Bournemouth, actually, to be fair to them, defended really well, especially given the fact they were down to 10 men. I thought they were really solid at the back. I thought Carter Vickers was actually really good. I thought Diego Rico, when he came on off the bench, was good. Adam Smith as well. I thought Begovic kind of lost his head a bit, but even still had his part to play in the defensive solidity. But yeah, overall, what can I say, man? I just think that Brentford deserved it overall, and to be honest, I'm hoping now for a Barnsley win over Swansea, because I've watched a lot of championship football this season, especially in the last few weeks of the season. I do just prefer Barnsley to Swansea, not against Swansea fans, and not against Bournemouth fans either, because even though I really wanted Brentford to go up, I like Bournemouth as a club, but especially given the fact I'm a Chelsea fan, they always seem to just take 6 points off us every single season, which I definitely don't want to happen. And yeah, just because of the fact that Norwich and Watford, of course, who got relegated last season and have both come back up in automatic promotion, we just want to see someone different, someone like Brentford or Barnsley, of course. I know Brentford or Barnsley, sorry, have already been in the Premier League like 20 or so years ago, but that's the only season they've ever spent in the top flight of English football ever. So I just want to see someone new like Brentford or Barnsley. So no disrespect to Bournemouth or Swansea, it's the only reason why I'm going for those two teams that play very good football, both have a very strong policy in the transfer window as well. So yeah, it sets up really well for that Barnsley and Swansea playoff semi-final later on, and yeah, Brentford one step of the way into the Premier League next season. Let's see, can they continue the job? And if I'm being perfectly honest, I think they will do at this stage, especially given the disappointment of that playoff final last year against Fulham with that brace from Joe Bryan. I think Brentford have picked themselves up, especially with the mentality they showed in winning today's game, and I think Brentford will go all the way. But of course, in the championship and especially the playoffs, you can never be so sure. Okay, so that is it confirmed. The playoff final for 2021 in the championship will be Brentford versus Swansea City. Swansea have grinded out a 1-1 draw and a 2-1 win on aggregate over Barnsley, and overall I think it's fair to say not as entertaining as the first game between Brentford and Bournemouth, but overall I think fair play Swansea. They well and truly deserved it, even though I think Barnsley Barnsley gave it their all over the 2 legs. I think Swansea had the better team, had the more quality, and had overall the better defence, to be honest, because first of all, the one thing I want to say in this video about Swansea is Mark Gahey, of course, on loan from Chelsea, as I know him well, absolutely unbelievable once again in these 2 games, unreal centre-back, and Ben Cabango as well was absolutely brilliant, especially tonight, and in both legs altogether. I mean, the 2 of them completely and utterly dominated Daryl Dike up front for Barnsley, who of course has been banging in the goals recently for Barnsley, and yeah, overall Swansea deserved it simply because of the fact they fought more, they fought, not that they fought more, they fought as well as Barnsley, but they just probably had more quality. I think that's the main thing I would sum up, because I don't want to take anything away from Barnsley. Unbelievable story, tremendous effort, they should be nothing but proud of themselves, those Barnsley players and everyone associated with that club. Hopefully they can go again next season, Barnsley. I'd love to see them in the Premier League, in the next few years or so, because there's just a really good project, a really good story from Barnsley there. But nevertheless, Swansea take the spoils. It will be Swansea playing Brentford in the final, and yeah, as I said, unbelievable defensive display from Swansea between Cabango and Gahey. And if Swansea don't win that playoff final, I mean, there should be a host of Premier League clubs in the bottom half of the Premier League table looking at Ben Cabango, because he was actually really good in those 2 legs, and solid centre-back really. And yeah, of course, the Swansea goal today from Matt Grimes, what a strike. I mean, what an unbelievable goal that is. First of all, fake to shoot, and then of course absolutely smashes it into the top corner of the net. No chance whatsoever for Bradley Collins, of course, another former Chelsea player. And yeah, Swansea with a really good goal there from Matt Grimes, unbelievable strike. And at that moment I was thinking, yeah, that's Barnsley gone, but they fought back in fairness to him. Jordan Williams with a really good run down the line, puts it into the box, and Collie Woodrow with a really good strike into the bottom corner of the net. And yeah, Barnsley gave themselves a bit of a fighting chance in the last few minutes, but overall I think Swansea deserved it overall from the defensive display especially. I think they were really, really good. I don't really want Swansea to go up over Brentford, I'm not going to lie, just out of preference, simply because we've seen Swansea in the Premier League before. I know this is selfish as a neutral fan to say, but you have to just forgive me for wanting a good Premier League season overall from a neutral's perspective, and also the fact as well I think Brentford do just play a better brand of football than Swansea, but that's no disrespect, because Steve Cooper has done a really good job with this brand of football at Swansea in recent years, and they definitely deserve to be going to the playoff final. And it should be a really interesting playoff final, because yeah, 2 teams that play quite a different brand of football, but both have their quality, and yeah, both will be putting everything on the line to make it into the Premier League for next season. So overall, fair play Swansea, fair play Brentford. Should be a really interesting playoff final, and I can't wait for that next Saturday at 3 o'clock. And yeah, so that will bring us to the end of this video. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to drop a like. I don't do many championship videos on this channel. I mainly just do them for the playoffs, because as a neutral fan, I just absolutely love watching the playoffs, especially in the championship as well. It's unbelievable quality in the championship, and the entertainment value and the drama as well is just like nothing else on planet Earth. So yeah, leave a like on this video if you did enjoy it. It means more than you guys could ever imagine. Also, if you could subscribe to the channel as well, that would be hugely, hugely appreciated by myself. We are looking to hit 1.7k subscribers on this channel as soon as we possibly can. Thanks very much for watching, guys, and see ya.